Hey Gems! Welcome to another M's Ghoulish Gems October video. This is all about food and baking and drinks for Halloween. I'm super excited to show you guys 3 awesome ideas that you can use for a party or to send to your kids' school if they're having a Halloween party there. So, the first one I'm going to be making are brownie cupcakes. Now, I have showed you guys this brownie recipe before, but we're going to alter it a little bit today, and we're going to make it into cupcakes. And since I made that from scratch, I decided I was going to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to use a white box cake mix for the rest of it. You're just going to make your cake mix exactly how the box tells you to, and then you're just going to add some orange food coloring in. So let's make that real quick. Our cake batter mixed up and our brownie batter mixed up, we are going to put them together. I found these really awesome Halloween themed cupcake liners at the dollar store, and they actually came with little toothpicks with witches hats on them, which was really cool, so we'll use those to decorate with. So you're going to take a muffin tray and you're just going to line each one with a cupcake liner. Let's assemble these. First, you're going to put a layer of brownie mix, and then on top of each, you're going to put a layer of your cake batter. So, I have a little handy dandy little ice cream scoop, and I'm just going to put maybe 1 to 2 scoops. Let me see how much 1 scoop holds. Because when you take the cupcake wrapper off, you really want a good layer of each, so you can see it really well. And definitely flatten out each one before you put the cake batter on top of it. So 2 scoops of brownie mix in each one of these. Let's do it. So you want to give them a good shake and a good tap to kind of level them out. And then now we're just going to fill them the rest of the way with our orange cake batter. Alright guys, so once our cupcakes are all filled, you want to make sure that the orange is completely covering the brownie layer, because that way when you take the wrapper off, like I said, you're going to get that really nice cut between the orange and the black of the brownie. So we're going to put these in the oven. We're going to start them about 20 minutes on 350, and then we're going to stick a toothpick in them, and once they come out clean, that means they're done. So it could be between 20 to 30 minutes depending on how big you make them. And then I'm going to show you guys an awesome buttercream recipe that is super simple and only has 4 ingredients. Our brownie cupcakes just came out of the oven. They needed about 27 minutes total at 350 degrees in my oven. And now I'm going to show you an amazing 4 ingredient super delicious buttercream recipe that is my favorite recipe to use when I'm ever making homemade buttercream. I am going to make a double recipe for this one because I had a lot of batter from both the brownies and the cake left over, so I'm actually going to be making a small cake with it, so I will have enough. And you know, buttercream, it doesn't really go bad if you put it in the refrigerator. It lasts for a really long time. You can even put it in the freezer. So you're going to need 4 sticks of butter, 8 cups of powdered sugar, a couple of tablespoons of vanilla, and a couple of tablespoons of milk. So the first thing is we're just going to get our butter into our electric mixer and let it start creaming up. You want to make sure that your butter is at room temperature. Please just leave it out for a couple of hours, and you want to make sure that it is soft, because otherwise it is going to be a nightmare to mix up this buttercream. If you forgot to leave out your butter, you can always put it in the microwave for about 20 seconds and that'll soften it right up. So I'm just putting my sticks of butter into our mixer with the whisk attachment. So if you just want to make 1 batch, you're just honestly going to half this. So 2 sticks of butter, 4 cups of powdered sugar, and a few teaspoons each of vanilla and milk. And I'm just going to flip on my mixer. And I'm going to let this cream for a few minutes. About halfway through, you definitely want to take a rubber scraper and scrape down the sides. And you're just looking for your butter to be nice and pale and fluffy. So that's really good. I'm going to put this on low, and I'm going to gradually start adding in my powdered sugar. You do not, and I repeat, do not want to put your mixer on high and then put your sugar in, because you are going to have a sugar flower and it is going to get everywhere. So on speed, maybe 1 or 2 at the most. I'm just gonna start adding spoonfuls of my sugar. Now at this stage, I'm just gonna add a little dash of milk, just about a tablespoon, and continue adding some more sugar. Now I'm gonna add a couple of teaspoons of vanilla. Add the rest of our powdered sugar. I'm gonna add a couple more teaspoons of milk. It's pretty thick right now. And now I'm gonna add my last 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I'm gonna scrape down the sides and then I'm gonna let it whip for 5 minutes. This has been whipping for right around 5 minutes and I'm just gonna give it a little taste. That is so stinking good. It is perfect. Alright guys, this is the consistency you're looking for. Super light and fluffy. Let's see if we can do it. Hold on. This might be a bad idea. This might be a great idea. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's what you're looking for. Now once your basic buttercream frosting is ready, you can either flavor it with some essential oils. You could do orange, you could do pretty much any kind that you want. I like to keep mine just pretty simple. Also, if you would like to color your frosting, now is the time to do it since you have your basic white. All of our cupcakes have cooled, so it is now time to decorate, which honestly is my favorite part. So I just put the buttercream in a piping bag. If you guys don't have a piping bag, do not worry. You can just use a Ziploc bag and just cut the little tip off. I do have a big star tip on here, and I'm just going to show you real quick a couple of different ways to decorate these guys. So take your buttercream and you start from the outside edge and just go in a circle and make it look all nice and cute. I have a little wheel of different colored sprinkles. We have some, what are these called? Mellow cream pumpkins, some candy corn, and the little witch toothpicks that came with the cupcake liners. So if you want to do it super simple, you can just stick a tiny little witch hat into your cupcake and call it done. And that is our first very simple design. Then I'm going to take a couple of the pumpkins and just kind of place them wherever you'd like, really. So we have that. Super simple. Next one, I'm just going to stick some candy corn on. You can do it in a cool design if you want. You can keep it, again, really simple. Either one, doesn't really matter. I'm just going to fill this guy up with candy corn because I personally love candy corn. One of my faves. So there is our next one. And with this last one, I'm just going to put on some sprinkles. I'm going to do these little orange and yellow mixtures. So I'm just going to pour them out onto my hand. And these are just like little ball decoration sprinkles. So guys, check this out. The cake went all the way through and made this really awesome design. When you cut it open, it looks so good, and trust me, we already tried one and it's pretty darn amazing. So let me show you guys the finished product with all of the decorated cupcakes, and then we'll move on to our next one. These are our finished cupcakes. They look amazing, they taste amazing, and I swear if you make these for any type of party or get together during the Halloween season, you are going to be the star of the party. For our next Halloween treat DIY, we are going to be making some Oreo little pops or little suckers or popsicles, whatever the heck you want to call them. We're basically going to stick an Oreo on a stick, cover it in some white chocolate, and make a few designs. All you need are some Oreos, some white chocolate, some black food dye, some sucker sticks, and some toothpicks for decorating. I've actually never tried this before, so we're gonna see how it goes. So I'm gonna take an Oreo, and then I just coated my sucker stick in a little bit of white chocolate to help it adhere to the Oreo. And I'm gonna just do this to all of them, and then we're gonna decorate them and dip them in the white chocolate. So we're just gonna gonna take our little Oreos and I'm just gonna drizzle, kind of dunk them, drizzle them, whatever you wanna do, in the white chocolate. Make sure that they are completely coated, unless your little guy falls off. Maybe if I only try to coat one side of it. Let's try that. Okay, that works better. Maybe if I coat one side and then let it set and then coat the other side. Maybe that'll do it. Alright, to decorate these little guys, I'm just going to take a toothpick and I have a little bit of black food dye. And I'm just going to decorate them with some little sayings and some little faces and call it done, because this was kind of a fail, as you can maybe see in the pile. For the last DIY I'm going to do today in the food drink theme of Halloween, I'm going to make something called Witch's Brew. Now, this is a really big recipe. It serves about 14 people. You can make it alcoholic as well. So I'm actually just going to condense it down and make a single serving just to show you guys, but I will have the link and the recipe in the description box, as well as all the other recipes that I showed you guys today. So the first thing you're going to need is 6 ounces of lime gelatin. So we're just going to take this little guy out of the box and pour him into a bowl. Then we're going to add 2 cups of boiling water. And we're going to stir. Stir for about 2 minutes until all of the sugar is dissolved. Once your gelatin is ready, we are going to make our drink, and I found these little ice cube trays at the dollar store. They're actually silicone molds, so you could use them for chocolate, you could use them for ice cubes. This one has some spiders and spider webs on it, and the other one has little skulls. And we're just gonna pop these into our glass and fill it up. Once we have all of our ice in there, we're going to take some Sprite. The full recipe calls for a 2 liter of Sprite, but I'm just going to use a little bit of a can, as well as some lemonade. The original recipe calls for pineapple juice. I'm not a really huge fan of pineapple juice, so I decided lemonade would be the way to go. So we're just going to add some lemonade. I'm going to add some Sprite. And then we're going to add some of our gelatin mixture. You want to be careful because this is still pretty warm. Let's get that straw out of the way. Oh, this looks cool. And that is our Witch's Brew. Like I said, you could also add vodka to this. You could also use rum, but vodka I think would taste a little bit better. So let's give it a taste test, shall we? Should taste pretty darn good. That tastes really, really good, actually. I really am glad that I used the lemonade instead of pineapple juice, because like I said, I'm not a fan of pineapple juice, but you guys can use whatever you want, really. This is awesome. I think this would be awesome with a really cool straw or some really awesome cups, and maybe some labels on there, like little chalkboard labels. I think this is the perfect drink to have for a party because it's super simple to split it into 2, one for the kids, one for the adults. Again, you can get these really awesome little silicone molds at the dollar store. They also have pumpkin ones, and there you go. That is it, guys, for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. We made 2 awesome snacks and a drink, and I will just, let me say, the Oreo thing was a bit of a fail. I had not tried it out before I filmed this video, so you guys were seeing it just the first time as I did. I got 3 good ones, so if you guys have better luck at it or you have some tips and tricks, please leave it in the comments so other people can try it out. If you guys try any of these snacks, please tag me on Instagram and post them on the M's Gems Facebook page. Let me know how you got on with it. And yeah, so I'm just going to give you a close-up of our goodies that we made today, and then we're going to sign off for tonight. So those are the final Oreo Pops that I made. I just tried to do a little bit of decorating on them. As I said, it was a bit of a fail, but they still look pretty cool. The one thing I am very proud of is definitely this Witch's Brew drink. It turned out awesome and it tastes really good too. And the piece de resistance is definitely the cupcakes. Brownie cupcakes, they're so amazing. They taste incredible, especially with that homemade buttercream that we made. So really you guys got 4 instead of 3. A little bonus for the M's Ghoulie Gems, whatever the heck we decided to call this video. M's Ghoulish Gems October. I love you guys so much. And please don't forget to check out the description box for links to all of these, as well as recipes, my social media sites, and a list of other videos that I think you guys would enjoy. I love you guys so much, and it has been one heck of a night, so I'm off. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you in my next video.